Wait, what did you say? Let's try again?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to try again because you know what? I am in the presence of the one and only, the definitive What? Oh God, the definitive Kiki, or if you want to get technical, KiKiD484. Put
Yeah.
some respect on that name.
Respect on the name and the numbers.
Okay. Um, how are you doing tonight,
I'm doing
Miss
good, and you?
Kiki? We good, good. Um, so here's the thing. I uh I saw your talents that you put out there on the social media, your voice acting, your artistry, and then I
Oh,
found out you were at DreamCon, and I never even saw you.
yeah.
What's up with that?
Small world.
What are you doing at DreamCon?
It was like
Where were you at DreamCon? No, I'm kidding.
I was just vibing at DreamCon because I've always wanted to go, but it was always held at Waco. So when I saw it was being held at Austin, it's like, this is my once in a lifetime chance. I gotta go. And so I went, and it was fun.
Wait, it was always held at Waco?
Um, for the most part, I don't know, cause like I just know like when it was like very like when the idea was very first conceived, it was held at Waco. So I
It
don't
was?
know. Yeah.
Okay. I went there the second year, but it was in Frisco.
Oh, this was like years ago. They were Waco. I guess it got popular enough to show up in other different cities as the times went by.
I see. There's new knowledge for me. I didn't know DreamCon started in Waco.
Yep.
Okay, that's wow. That's awesome. Well, I mean, depends. I mean, is Waco full of cool people?
I honestly don't know. It's in
Oh,
the Dallas area. That's way too far for me to travel. I'll travel anywhere else, but that's way too far for me.
anywhere but wait, isn't Waco closer to Austin?
Uh, Probably because like
I think you meant to say Frisco because like Waco is like way. I think Waco is like down there in central Texas to south. Like Frisco is in DFW, and Frisco was where I went before I went to Austin. It was in Frisco for one, at least.
huh. I thought Waco was like in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
No, that's Frisco. Yeah, so it
Oh.
was in Frisco. See, now look where you try and out knowledge the white man. I'm gonna
Yeah. I've been bamboozled.
not bamboozle. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah. Yeah, I googled it. Yeah, it's between Austin and Dallas.
Well, yeah, that's like closer to like central. Like it's between
Oh.
Austin and Dallas, but it's not in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just know that it's far. I just know that it, I just know that it's farther than Austin, so I'm like, I'm good.
No. Well, do you would you say you're based in Austin?
Based in the southern part of Texas.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
the very southern, the South Padre.
Yeah, pretty much the San Antonio area. I live around there.
How would you describe that part of Texas?
Uh, very hot and very dry.
Okay, well,
That's literally the best way I can describe it. There's stuff to do, but for the in terms of weather, it's incredibly hot and dry. So if you like dry heat, head down south.
so you would say this is your first year. This was your first year at DreamCon.
Yes, that was my first dream con. It was fun.
Okay, that's awesome. Like, what about it? Like, what about that experience, that weekend, that made it for
Mm,
you?
I think what made it to me is just pretty much just being around just everyone because like it's pretty much a predominantly black anime convention, and it just felt it just felt like I guess I wouldn't say homey, but I felt like I relate to a lot of people there. And
Hmm.
we like because like I know we went to a bunch of panels and we clicked instantly.
Okay. What was your favorite panel?
Uh, I think my favorite. I think my favorite one has to be like the end event where the Family Feud.
Okay.
That was the most entertaining.
So you're a digital artist, an editor, and a voice actress.
Yes.
How? What out of all this would you say came first?
Uh the artist, cuz I've been drawing since I was in grade school, and at first I started off like, I don't know if anyone remembers, but like I remember having like this Disney it's not a coloring book, but it's like a Disney it's like a Disney art book where it's like you have like the tracing paper and you like trace over the art like stuff. So I had that. It was like Aladdin, I think. And then just from there I kind of just expanded from like just tracing to recoloring into just sketching. I know I mostly like drawing Pokemon and Kirby stuff because I just like because like I'm also a huge anime nerd and I really like the chibi aspect of anime. So for the longest time I've done chibi art, and I kind of kept that going until like around college where I tried to push into more, I guess, focus on anatomy and like semi-realism stuff. Semi-realism's hard. So it's still kind of like cute. It still has like the cute stuff in it, but I'm trying to like, do more cool stuff as well. So,
Okay, I love that. Do you like what kind of got you wanting to draw in the first place?
ooh, hmm. I just I guess just because I just liked art. Mainly the I think the earliest I can think of is probably the Kirby franchise, like back way back, because I just like how cute he was. So I would follow how to draw tutorials on how to draw Kirby, and kind of just went from there, and now we're here.
Okay, so the main goal for artists is they have to draw round pink stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
learn. Yes, the key to everything is if you can draw the circle, you can draw anything.
Oh yeah, because when I started actually drawing, they always say start with circles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember one time when I was in school, it was like, "Oh, Kiki, can you come to the and draw a circle?" And I'm just like, I drew the circles. Like everyone's like amazed at how like perfect it was. Like I just drew a circle, guys.
But it was the best circle. It was the circle of life. It really touched people in the circle. I don't even want to process what I just said. But anyway,
Oh.
um, okay. And do you think like school? Would you say school helped you thrive in the art world, or did most of it
Uh,
come after that?
I don't know, because like I don't know if I could contribute school to that, because I mostly just drew whenever I had free time during recess, or we just can't go outside for whatever reason. So if I'm given an opportunity to sketch something, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, almost everything I do is like self-taught. Like I haven't taken any classes on how to art. I mostly it's just like seeing what I like, trying to replicate that, and adding my own spin to it. And yeah.
Now, what kind of art would you say that you mostly specialize in? Because you mentioned you started with doing like cute chibi art and then drawing more of the human anatomy as you
Mm-hmm.
grew older. But as far as how you replicate it, like, is it through like pencil? Did you use crayon, color pencil,
Uh,
marker,
yeah, I started with
pesto?
pencil. Yeah, usually I
Okay.
use like yeah, I started off with pencils and colored pencils, and then I slowly moved to digital.
Do you prefer digital over physical art?
Yes, so that way I can get away with making a lot more mistakes, and I could just, traditional art does not come with layers.
Well, You never know. Like 2D animation, for example. You can always
Yeah.
erase and create layers. Perfect
Hmm.
circles is how we roll. That are how we roll. That's correct. That's
Hmm.
correct. Perfect circles are how we roll. You cannot roll unless you can make it draw a circle. If you can't, then what are you doing in life?
Yeah.
I'd say that like my hands shake a lot. I don't think I can draw a perfect circle. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so how do you like would you consider if someone were to get an art, would you consider them to just jump straight into digital art or have them like still get a sketchbook and like draw?
Uh, I think. I mean, if somebody wants to just get into art, either or is fine because you can like digital art is great. If you have a tablet, then you can do like little sketches on like a digital program, and that could be your sketchbook. But if all you have is a pencil and a paper, and you feel like you want to doodle, you by all means go ahead and doodle. Just draw whatever pops. Well, I wouldn't say draw whatever pops in your mind because like some of
Yeah.
those can be like detailed and crazy, and that can get overwhelming. So just draw like some.
Why are you going into that?
Yeah, sorry.
Detailed
But
and
yeah,
crazy. What does that mean?
I guess like if you want to draw like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I always like want to draw something amazing, but then I realize, oh wait, that's a bit too much. Let me dial it back. So
Like a superhero or
yeah, pretty
okay,
much like a superhero or like something. I guess something like close to realism.
okay.
So I guess knowing your strengths and weaknesses is, I guess, the first step into learning how to art. And like just just draw what you're comfortable with, and if it's small stuff, just work with small stuff, and slowly challenge yourself if you want to. You don't have to.
And what would you say for art does makes it the most fun for you, or even most challenging?
What makes art most fun for me?
Yeah.
Hmm. I guess the freedom of drawing whatever I want. Like, because like, I think that's one of the best things about art is that you can literally just draw whatever and it would just come off great. Like, if I wanted to draw a picture of pretty much just like a muscular version of Shrek on a motorcycle driving in a wheel on fire, I can do that. And
Okay, that's a very descriptive
yeah,
example, but
it's kind of random. Yeah, because like you can just do that and like it would be amazing.
okay.
So I think one of the fun things about it is the freedom that comes with it. And the challenge, I guess the challenge would be, hmm, I guess, I guess the challenge would be like, I guess the opposite of freedom, which would be restrictions. But that's not always a bad thing because you can draw art in different ways. Like you can like challenge yourself so that way you can like understand and become a better artist. Like you can draw with only because like I like to do self-imposing challenges on myself, like drawing something only in black and white or drawing something with like different shades of the same color, or even if you're given like a prompt or something and you try to pretty much work with that.
No,
Kind of like
look over there is Shrek on a motorcycle. I mean, I never pictured that image, but I guess if Peter Griffin could have a six pack, then I guess it's on the table
anything
now.
anything's possible with the power of
Okay.
imagination.
My God, you're so darn adorable. That's um Shrek on a yeah, yeah. You know what? I mean, better than the Shrek. Well, I don't know. I guess it could be argued the Shrek is love, Shrek is life thing. That whole internet stuff.
I haven't heard that in a while.
I don't know. It's just when there's a new Shrek movie, I just have to think about that, and there is gonna be one. So I don't know. Even
Yeah,
though I won't, because it's it's the internet movie.
I mean, I'll probably check it out just to see how it goes.
Yeah. Um, can I show people your art? Just
Yeah,
for
sure.
people listening, I'm actually going to display because I
Is there
have.
somebody?
Okay.
Guess you have some favorites?
Well, you know what? In fact, let me just go ahead and get right to it because I do want to. Hold on, not go live because I'm already live. What am I doing? No, Discord, stop! I love you, Discord. I love you. Hey, Discord. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? We'll. Shh. Anyway, I don't know what in the world is going on. I just want to. Oh, hold on. I think I'm reading it wrong. All right, because I've never seen this before. Where Discord's asking me to go nitro. Um,
Huh.
wow, I'm not familiar with this. Anyway, uh, so
Oh, the card. Here we
no,
go.
no. There's no. I think it's a new Discord update, so that's why they kind of have it like this. But anyway,
Mhm.
not relevant. Like on your website, and this was one of the things that I really kind of adored is that you this is a really nice display because you see when you see content creators do
Mhm.
the link tree where they just showcase like all the or beacons for example, and
Mhm.
everybody gets creative with it, which that's nice and that's awesome. But I like especially what you have here. I don't know if you create your own website or you used another third party, but like you have all these like different bubbles that kind of display the site, and when you click on them, it's just kind of like it just takes you to another page. I thought this was like really cute way to like present yourself to people who don't know who you are.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, yeah, and of course your art. Now this is the other thing because people today they can draw for fun, and as you
Mhm.
should, it should be fun. But there is, I guess you could say, money to be made from being an artist, and of course
Mhm.
you even have your own commissions, such as, and you show, for example, artwork. You have a Jigglypuff, all these different symbols, Bowser versus Evil Bowser, or whatever,
That's
Bowser.
that's
Uh,
Dark Belt.
oh, I thought it was Bowser. Anyway, um, guy doing
Okay,
what?
that's actually a meme. Yeah, that's actually a meme. Because like sometimes I would like to do meme images. So there was a trend
Hoop
going on.
shield your eye. Oh wait, sorry, what?
Yeah, yeah, because like that was from a trend that was going on. It's like I'm gonna jump
what?
onto that, so that's what I did.
Uh, oh, okay. Hoops, you're not looking at this, are you? Good. Okay. That's. It looks cute. It looks cute. I mean, I,
Yeah,
I
thanks for.
don't know if I had. Uh, well, that's the thing is because I look at this and I'm like, people actually do this pose at conventions.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like, this is not too far off from.
Hmm.
Uh, do you see any of this in DreamCon? Do people go simp like this? They're gonna
Uh,
doggy style or do any of that?
I didn't
Little.
see any of that while I was at DreamCon, so yeah.
Good, because we need to keep it PG rated. Enough of this simping. Or but
Hmm.
you have other things like this. What?
Yeah.
What? Wait. Okay. So for those, okay, let me recap. For those just only listening, I'm displaying Kiki's art, and as we kind of already described what the art pieces look like, um, the one we're talking about simping is I don't know what anime this is from, but it's like you have this. Is it a boy or a female?
It's a boy.
Okay, so you have this, hopefully an adult. That
It's an
this
adult.
okay,
He's an
good,
adult.
good, good, good. Because anyway, it's anime be like that.
Anime be crazy sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm glad. But anyway, um,
But yeah, that's actually from a fan project, and I decided to take one of their characters and do a meme pose with him. I have checked his bio. He is, I think he's 28, so he is an adult.
Okay, good, because yeah. Um, no, of course, this would be. I would not think. I'm just,
Yeah. Hmm.
being. Anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
um, well, I mean, because even like anime characters, they draw them to look like they're kids, even though they're like in their 30s or 20s. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird
Hmm.
thing, but this thing, I don't even know what this is
Oh
from.
yes, because this is actually
And we're
this
looking
is
at, for those listening, we're looking at a guy kind of folding his hands
yeah. So
and
the character in question, his name is Larry. He's from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. He is he's one of the gym leaders.
okay.
Spoilers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everyone who hasn't played Scarlet and Violet yet, but spoilers. He's a gym leader. And I remember going through just Twitter one day because I love the
Oh,
character, and there was
uh,
a
hold on one second. Yeah, because I have the second screen up. I'm trying to hold on. Sorry, chat. If I need to catch up. Good vibe stage. Hi, good vibe stage. How you doing? Anyway, back to what you were saying. Sorry, I need a hold on. Okay, I have two screens, so I don't know how many screens do you work with. I work with two. Some people have three or four. I work with two screens, so I'm trying to make sure that I have all this displayed correctly without not displayed correctly, but where I can see everything without it
yeah.
kind of
Mirac-
overlapping.
Miraculously, I work everything on one screen.
Hey, that's
I
fine.
have
That's fine.
Yeah. I would work on a second screen, but it takes too much time to set up. I can't be bothered.
Okay, no, a second screen. I gotta say could be a lifesaver, especially when you're a streamer, when you're doing like live stream content creation. Second screen is your friend, but I could see you can work with one screen too. It's just that like when you're having multiple tabs, and I want to be able to look at different things, I just had to split them up. Anyway, let me go back to that. Um, hold on. Hold on. I was just there. Okay. So yeah, we were displaying Kiki's art.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, it's a Pokemon
Yes.
character folding like a pretzel, his hands on his butt, and
Yes.
looking
The
very.
context behind that is that someone on Twitter is like, somebody just said, it'd be funny. What if Larry had was drawn in this pose, and the example they gave was actually an advertisement. So yeah, this is a reference to an actual advertisement that existed back in the day. Uh,
Yeah.
let me Yeah, let
Yeah.
me see if I can find the original.
Okay. Well, anyway, it was. I'm just kind of going through all this, but yeah, just showing the different styles you have. Uh, but and then of course you also do logos, emotes, pixel art, and
Yes.
y'all can go to KiKiCard.co, and I'll even what in the world did I just cut that out?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can send you the original. Yeah, here's the original advertisement.
Okay.
And
Well, but I wanted to show that just to kind of basically display just the range of talent you have, which is incredible.
oh, thank you.
And do you like okay, so onto like being an artist for
Hmm.
a living. Do you even consider that a viable option? Being an artist for as like a way just to kind of make money.
I mean, if you're committed to I guess being a full-time artist, then yes. Because I have plenty of friends who I wouldn't say they're full-time artists, but they do a good chunk of their income is commissions and working for other projects. Of course, they also have a pretty much a real life job as well, but you know. Just
Okay.
something to put something in their wallet.
Well, because on your site that I was referencing, you allow commissions. Like how do you as an artist who kind of opens up to commissions? How do you sort of basically work with different you could say streamers or just anybody who wants their art commissioned? Like how do you kind of work that transaction between creativity and of course getting that compensation for your hard work.
Yeah. Well, guess after pretty much providing some examples of my work and advertising a bit, sometimes I would reach out to my clients. Other times my clients would sometimes I find my clients, other times my clients find me. It's just a matter of pretty much who needs art because there's always someone out there looking for art, like VTubers, streamers, um, pretty much anyone. Pretty honestly, you just have to go out and look for it. And once you and your client connect, um, the both of you just, I guess, they will give you the deets on what they want, and pretty much as I would do that, I would try to work with them. I would ask questions like, okay, all right, I see it. Do you want this? Like, I would also provide like work in progresses, letting them know, okay, do you prefer this or this? Just giving them feedback, letting them know what they want, what needs to be changed, and all that. And once everything's 100%, everything's 100% complete and done. If they're satisfied, that's when we pretty much get to the payment, and after that we that point we either go our separate ways, or if they want to keep going, we keep going.
So saying this, like, how would you, if somebody were to have that craft and art and decide to do the
Mhm.
same thing, like, what would you say to them?
um I would say I would say pretty much don't like pretty much I would pretty much tell them, don't undersell yourself, because that's like one of the biggest mistakes that I see that a lot of like people getting into commissions do, is that they believe that if they make their prices really, really cheap, they'll get more clients, which which sounds right on paper, but in reality, that's not the case. So I would tell them to don't undersell themselves and pretty much measure on what do they think is a fair price for their art.
Okay, that's important to go by. Um, Now we mentioned art because that's one of the key factors of
Hmm.
Miss Kiki, but the other another big thing is voice acting, which I think is kind of an interesting subject for um, you especially. You've done a lot of voice roles.
Yes, most of them are pretty much like side roles, but
Hey,
I have.
what did we say about don't undersell yourself? Look at you saying, "Oh, I just do side roles. I'm the character in the background." I have one line. No, no, no. Okay, you know what? You know what? We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Yeah.
Go on. Tell us how awesome your voice acting is.
Okay, I'll admit, like, I'm still new to voice acting because I think voice acting is one of my precious like talents. So I'm still, I'm still learning as I go. Like, I'm still learning new things. I'm learning about how things operate in the voice acting circles and all that. But for the most part, it's been good. It's never a dull moment. I'm put in different always been given different roles and been saying different things, been living different lives. So it's it's interesting, I'll say that.
Okay. Okay. Well, what? So, between art and voice acting, what would you prefer more?
Mm, art.
Art.
Yeah, it would most likely be art.
Okay. And why is that?
Well, mainly because I feel like that's where I excel in, and I just don't get tired. It's like I always have the urge to draw. I can pretty much whenever I can draw whenever. I can't necessarily do that with voice acting because it's like
Hmm.
I have to like make sure I have to make sure that my setup is all prepared, make sure that it's not there's not enough noise. So I think there's like too much preparation when it comes to voice acting compared to
Well, but do you have fun voice acting?
Mhm. Yes, I do have fun. It is
Hello, everyone.
fun.
Okay, you know what? Because I was actually while we were on this subject, I was wanted to pull up want to pull up an audio clip for people to hear. Hold on. Well, actually, you have it on your demo roll. I was seeing because when I was looking through your work, you did voice acting for an indie game called Half-Life 30, and for a second I looked at that like, wow. So there's a Half-Life spin-off and then I looked at them and I saw what this
We had
actually was.
we had to clarify that we are not related to the Half-Life franchise.
Well, the way the title that's the thing is what's gonna get people. The way the title is half dash life.
The Half-Life 30, yeah, I wasn't a voice actor in that. I was just the artist for that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
the
okay,
only thing
because
I
it
did
was
was
under your list of.
yeah, I
Okay,
was just the UI artist for that.
did you want to do voicing for like what did you want to do voicing for gaming?
Yes, I would love to voice in a video game.
Okay, so and actually, I want to go ahead and play your character demo reel. I'm not sure if people can hear it, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the audio. Let's see.
Oh my god, oh my god!
And this is just audio, by the way. There's no like image. So what you guys are hearing on stream is pretty much what I'm seeing.
Oh my god! Hi!
I think I
I'm
did
like
it.
your biggest fan!
Oh,
So happy to finally meet you!
so happy to
All
finally
your
meet you.
albums,
Oh,
your tour tickets,
your tour
and
tickets.
internationally.
And internationally.
You're from third
Oh my
grade.
gosh, third grade. That's wait,
Who
what?
said
What?
that?
Soon said that
I
one.
said I would hate for this to happen. I was telling the truth. Now
Okay.
we're in a cold, dark alley,
A cold-
and I'm scared for my life.
Oh my god, it's scared for the. Holy crap!
Hang on, enemy ship approaching.
Enemy
We've got
ship?
to hold the line so we can get out of here.
Oh my god, we got to hold the line. No,
Huh?
I want to.
What do you mean they're on board? I have a coffee order for Mike.
Aw,
Order for Mike.
yeah, Mike better get his
Is there
coffee.
a Mike Crotch?
Mike Wait,
Mike
what? What kind of last name?
God damn it! Welcome
kind-
to the great home of
Where did that come
Bobino.
from?
We're so happy to have you here.
Homophobino.
There's magic,
Hold on.
wonder.
What? Where are these things coming from? Hobino? Mike Crotch? What kind of roles are you getting into, girl? What?
Hey, hey man, somebody has to play those characters.
Well, okay. I mean, I just like I'm playing this demo reel, and you're over there like giggling, putting your hands over your face. I was like,
I don't know. It's embarrassing when I hear myself.
you are such a wholesome human being. Like I really hope that like you like the hold on.
And so many dark secrets to discover. The
Like, I
question
know I
is,
get crazy in the mic,
how
but
creative
it gets embarrassing when I hear myself.
No, not your voice. It's not you. It's just the characters you're playing. I have to stop
Yeah.
and say since the third grade. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Mike Crotch?
Yeah.
Homobino?
Yeah, the person who came up with my script was kind of crazy. Anyway,
He was
shout out to Jay-
crazy.
Yeah, shout out to J Sharp. He's a.
I don't think you need to show his name if he.
I mean,
Mike
you
Crotch.
gotta. It's to, yeah, 'cause,
No,
wordplay can just.
no, I'm messing. I'm being goofy, but no,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
great. No, I'm not. Of course, I'm not being serious. This is awesome showcasing her. You know, that's the thing is I act silly. That's just the thing with me. Why I you know, as we talk more about yourself is just to put a smile on your face. But I no, this is awesome. You know, I'm being just for entertaining purposes. I'm being like over the top and silly about it
Yeah.
and focusing on the little things. But no, this is great.
Is
Dude,
your
thank
mind
you.
to explore.
No, see, like you have nothing to be ashamed about. You should do it. Look, there are so many game developers, people making games, indie
Hmm.
games, big games. Like you
Yeah.
can get yourself out there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because one of my like biggest dreams is to create a video game of my own, or at least feature in a video game.
Mm.
I'm still trying to work my way on creating a video game. That's still I'm still cooking on that. I just I just need to pretty much get more know-how.
So you're looking to be a game developer.
Yes.
Okay, so what well, that's the thing is being a game developer, that could mean anything. Like do you want to be a level designer? Do you want to be an artist, a game artist? Do you want to write the script? Like when you think about getting into game development, what angle are you looking for?
I guess when I first made that dream, it was to like actually create the code for the game.
Okay.
Cause yeah, cause that's what I went to college for. I went in for game development,
Okay.
and I have some know-how of doing it. I just don't know how to make a. I know how to make a tiny game. I just don't know how to
Okay.
make a big game.
Well, and that's okay because I think people get the wrong idea on the value of games
Hmm.
because I personally think that the indie games like even mid-size budget games or even just
Yeah,
games made by one or two people sometimes they could be better than the big
yeah,
blockbuster AAA games of today.
yeah. Hmm.
And that is true. So I always think actually starting small might even be better because you
Yeah,
can kind of explore ideas more that don't seem to be used all that often.
yeah.
And then work yourself up to something bigger. You can even look at uh, Creatures of Ava, for example. That game that just came out that had a black female lead that it's kind of like Pokemon, but you're using creatures to solve puzzles.
Oh
They
yeah, I
had
think
a
I've
game.
seen that.
Yeah, they had a game. This was their second game. They had a game that came out 4 years ago called Effie, and it was a silly, lighthearted 3D platformer.
Oh,
And they had a smaller budget for that game than they had for this. So you look at that game and you look at that, and you could see like how much they were able to add on, and you could do the same thing. You could make a small game, make that small game, put it out on itch.io and Steam, then, work your way up from there.
yeah,
If you want to really pursue it, because game development, it's a lot
yeah.
from all the people I talk to in the industry.
Hmm. Yeah, I know it's a lot. So, as much as I would love to be the next Toby Fox and just create a huge game by myself, I know that's
You
almost.
could.
I mean, I could, but I know where I am right now, I'm going to need a lot. So,
Well, create something
and
from the
you.
heart.
Hmm.
Like, what if you were like let's say right now if you were to create a game, what would it be about? What's the story? What's your vision?
I honestly, for now, I don't know.
Okay.
Because, like, yeah, I'd probably, right now, I'm pretty much just helping others just create their game so that way, we can all succeed as a team.
That's fine too. That's always a place to start. Yeah. I mean, I think you have such a big heart, big vision. You can definitely, whatever you're looking for, you can definitely get it.
Thank you.
It would be by space rangers, fairies, zombies, anything. It could be a mixture of everything. They could be fairy zombies. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
making stuff up.
Hey, what is up, mortals?
No, shoot. Not, I looked at the wrong thing. But it's cool that like you um so like even though the most of the links that you send you would you say like the collaborations that you've made in the past, are they all just art, or have you collaborated with voice acting?
Yes, there has been some. I haven't. It's not in voice acting. I haven't done a collaboration on a game. Mostly
Okay.
just with YouTube videos. I've collaborated. I helped out. I pretty much help out various YouTubers with their stuff. Sometimes they need a. Sometimes they need a voice actress to voice a character. Other times they need a thumbnail artist for their video. So
Well, hey, like you got over 2,000 subscribers, and
mhm.
that's awesome. Like,
Like
you showing your well, actually, your YouTube channel, doing video game clips and stuff like that. Which I mean, you being a gamer, that's another thing. You, as you mentioned, your inspirations.
mhm.
Um, do you okay? So that brings to having a YouTube,
Mhm.
which you do have, and then would you also consider yourself a streamer wanting to get into live streaming?
I'm an occasional streaming. I know I streamed a lot more years ago. Years ago, I was more frequent with streaming, but now that I'm in so many projects, it's with so many projects as well as, real life stuff happening, I've been streaming less, but I try to make sure to keep keep up the streaming content when I can. But do my best to pretty much post updates about when I'll be streaming. But, for the most part, I mostly use my YouTube as a if I'm not using it for streaming, I'm using it as a means of just archiving stuff I've been in and pretty much like looking for Easter eggs and whatnot, as well as my own personal video game playlist that I like to listen to.
I love that for you. Well, you could even use your streams about art,
Hmm.
like showcase your drawing, or even um, behind the scenes voice acting and just spitballing things. But have you thought of just kind of all these talents, blending them together, like even your YouTube, for example?
Yeah, I thought about it because there are some videos I would like to do,
Like what?
like pretty much tutorials and behind the scenes if I'm allowed to, because I know I work on projects, but some things are kind of hush hush, can't really say anything.
No, of course.
If I'm allowed to, I would like to do like a speed paint or just a tutorial video. But
Yeah.
knowing me, the only fortunate thing is that I can be lazy because that means I have to write a script and then I have to do all the editing. Because
Do you consider yourself lazy?
um no, I don't consider myself a lazy person. I do
That's good.
consider myself just someone who just makes herself too busy too often. So
Mmm.
I just don't want to, as much as I would love to do all that, I don't want to overwork myself.
No, that's important. And which, brings to the important subject of burnout. How do you make sure that what you're doing stays fun
Mm,
for you?
I guess just the people I pretty much do my stuff with, because I pretty much just like going into voice calls, chat with people while I work. There are times where I will lock in and focus, and I will focus in working on a particular piece of art. And once I'm done with that, I can okay, that's good. I'll take a little break, and so I just pop back into the VC and be like, hey guys. So it's just a matter of, I guess, breaks, the people you hang with, and just positive vibes.
That's important. That's important. Do you consider yourself, at least at now more than ever, in a very very positive path in creativity?
Mm, like, what do you mean, like a positive path
Do
in
you
creativity?
feel more confident in your growth today than you probably even years ago?
Yeah, I think so. Because back then I wasn't even sure if I was good enough to even be for people to reach out to me to do my stuff. Because most of it I just do it pretty much just for fun and all that. So to see that people are like enjoying pretty much what I put out, it really does bring a smile to my face. So
As you deserve.
I, yeah, so I strive to, I pretty much try my best to improve in what I do, so that way I don't disappoint. I don't want to disappoint anyone, so I just try my best to be better than I was previously.
Well, the person you should disappoint the least is yourself. And, it's important, or at least I could see the idea of wanting to get on everybody's great side, or even
Mhm.
be of help, be of use, be of valuable asset. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, you are what's most important, and that's something to keep in mind. Whether how you're feeling about your own talent, whether you're feeling you're good enough or not, you are good enough, because this is you. This is something you strive for. This is your greatest achievement, the greatest gift, and that's everything. That's what's inside of you.
Thanks.
It's-
Sorry.
it's- I just love that you are so innocent. So I hope nobody bullies you, because I will beat them up. No, I don't I don't do that, but uh, uh, um okay. Do you what do you consider yourself to go to more events after DreamCon? And how does that like help you as an artist and a voice actor going to conventions?
Mm, Pretty much just going there to network would just help me the most. Like if I'm able to attend to a convention or even an event, it just gives it's just an opportunity to meet new people and network with other content creators if I happen to stumble upon one. More opportunities, more clients, and all that. And going to the artist alley, I get to see all these other artists and see what they're up to. And maybe I'll buy something, check their out, buy some stuff from them. If I can't get it from the con, I'll surely get it from their website.
Would you want to set up an art booth?
That would be amazing. I
Okay.
just, yes, if possible, I would love to set up a booth. I know I have to make, I know, but in order to do that, I'll have to make like merch because I really want to make merch. I just don't know what.
Well, it comes back to what defines you.
Hmm.
You make merchandise. Is there a catchphrase? Is there a Kiki saying, or what? What?
Yeah, because I
Think
think
about it.
probably
Yeah.
because I think for the most part I can pretty much do like fan art because like I'm kind of doing digital merch.
Okay. Well, you want to invest in NFTs?
No, 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 oh no.
All right, okay, okay,
No.
all right. Well, you know what? Next question. Let's. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, never mind. I'm acting like I buy NFTs. I don't. I don't know why I threw that out there. Well, no, NFTs is art, so I guess some people do invest in that. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't really know, but you're like no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. I'll just stick to doing emotes and headers and whatnot.
okay. Um, do you want to um do you want to invest in more channels? Because you mentioned you used to stream, but you haven't streamed enough as of recently. You have your YouTube. And you mentioned the things that you want to do on YouTube, but there are there are things like TikTok, for example, and like Instagram and Threads and other streaming platforms like Kick, for example.
Mm. I wanted I was thinking of doing TikTok. The only problem is that's just another account that I have to manage. Cause like
Mm.
yeah, cause I don't mind doing like YouTube shorts and all. I mostly just stick to YouTube because that's the only like platform I'm the most familiar with. Cause I tried getting into Twitch, but unfortunately, I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, my internet does streaming on Twitch.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Um. Well, the reason I say this is because all these platforms, like you can name however many you want to manage. It all comes down to marketing yourself.
Hmm.
And how do you go about marketing yourself?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much just net pretty much like I mentioned, just networking through conventions, just spreading my name around, letting people know who I am, where I'm at, and pretty much posting what I do on Twitter, whether it's whether it's memes or projects I'm working on,
And
and just
how beneficial would you say memes are?
very beneficial
Very
because
beneficial. Okay.
yes, because
So always memes.
yes, especially if a project wants to grab their audience, the best way to do it is through memes because everybody loves memes. Like
Yeah.
whether you're a child, adult, a businessman,
Oh, I don't know businessmen like memes. I don't think they understand that.
they like
That's
they like cat memes.
no, those are movies. I don't think like actual white business
Oh,
men they don't look at those memes. That's those like really schlocky B movies where it's like in order for the main characters to sneak into the base, they distract the guards with like cat videos, or
it, it works.
it does. Okay,
Yeah,
well shoot, You
people
know
like
what? Let me
everyone has a cat, so what better way to
that
have?
well no, some people are allergic to cats.
Oh yeah, that's true. But
Yeah,
nothing brings a smile to a face than a silly cat meme.
could be. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. People like cats. There's the cat cafes. Yeah, people like going to them. I like
Yeah.
cats. I got a cat. Hi, Hoops. She's asleep, so she just. I don't have a cat cam, but I do have a cat in this room. uh, um, do you what what sort of improvements would you like to see that could benefit you as a creator in these platforms that you use? YouTube, for example, Twitter, um, to kind of help
I guess
share your story, put it out more.
what would benefit me is like finding a way how I can stream on. If I can find a way to stream on Twitch, that would be very beneficial for me.
Okay.
Because like the main reason why I kind of just dropped it because well my internet wouldn't work with it. So if I can figure that out, then I can pretty much also make the move to Twitch as well. Of course, I'm still gonna stay on YouTube because that's where most of my audience is, and I don't want to abandon.
Yeah. Do you? Because we talked about memes, but do you at all consider using AI for art,
Mm,
or
mm,
no?
not really.
All right, that's important. But AI is a growing thing, and some people are using it, some people aren't, and there is definitely a lot of
Yeah.
issues to it. But
Mm,
I and the way that things keep changing to this day, like you never really know.
mm-hmm. Yeah, gotta be careful nowadays.
Yeah, because for all we know, this second screen could be looking at me, taking all of my information, and then threatening to rule the universe. So I'm going to watch this second screen like a hawk,
Yeah.
make sure it doesn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's just there's always a debate over all advancements of technology, whether or not something's beneficial or harmful.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like yeah, AI is the future. I don't think anything is the future because there's so much trial and error. But AI is still a thing that some people. And when you mentioned memes, some people use AI to create memes, to create art that turns into memes.
Mm.
Um, do you when talking about like memes and marketing, do you use art to create like these gifts, these things that you could say kind of boosts someone's awareness?
Mm, yes. So pretty much what I think the most similar to that is would be a thumbnail artist would be just thumbnail art because like with some I know if you look at some YouTube channels, people pretty much their some of their thumbnails are memes, like are heavily inspired by memes.
Okay.
And that's kind of a good way to get a person's attention is to, hit them with something funny or just something that's recognizable.
Right. Right. Um, so, do you? So overall, would you say that like let's put you in the best scenario possible. You get the right internet router to stream, so now you
Mhm.
can open up Twitch,
Mhm.
or you find a way to make the YouTube videos that you want to make.
Mhm.
Um, when that happens, and let's put into existence that it will,
Mhm.
like, where do you see your creative path going?
I can see it go I can see it go skyrocketing.
That's what I like to hear, because it will. You're gonna be the Kiki. You're gonna hang out with Beyonce. You're gonna hang out with
One
No,
day.
not Steve. No, Steve Jobs is dead. Why did I bring up Steve Jobs? I was about to say Elon Musk, but no, no, heck no. You don't. Nobody. No, no. Dang it. Who's a rich billionaire? Uh,
Mhm.
the guy who owns Amazon, whatever his name is. But
I know what you're talking about. I don't know whose name you're
no,
talking about.
I know his name. But oh shoot, anyway, that's not relevant. But
I know one day I want to hang out with the Obamas. That'd be kind of cool.
oh, there you go. Put it into existence. Put it into existence that you are going to achieve more, and you are going to get over whatever it is that you makes you think that you're not worth all of this talent that you clearly do have, whether it be with art and
Mhm.
voice acting. You have a bigger talent than you may or may not already know, and that's what I would want to see from you. Is that confidence? You're gonna get out there and say, "Hello, world. My name is Kiki. This is my art. This is the anime dude doing the doggy style. This is all this." Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I just.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh my god.
No, well, I mean, you got a lot of things. Would it be cute and funny? Would it be like very, like the just the art direction? It's very sweet natured, and there's a lot that can be there's a lot of great that can be brought from that I believe you should take advantage of in the most genuine way, but take advantage of it because that is you, and you are great.
But yeah, I do. Yeah, because I know one of these days I want to just knock down the world's door, just showing off my stuff. But until then, I will politely knock, and
Oh,
but I
okay,
will politely knock.
okay, all right, all right, okay. Okay, well, you know what? Since you love memes so much, you can politely knock with Poggers. This is sponsored by. This is
Wait, what was
sponsored. Oh well,
it?
Poggers. You know the Peppa. Was it the pet?
Oh, nice. Is
Anyway,
that from Gamer Subs? That's crazy.
from game. Wait, from what?
I don't know. Was that like a Gamer Subs thing? I wasn't sure.
Okay, so let me explain because I am sponsored. So I do give a shout out to Poggers, which is an energy drink. Well,
Oh,
not
really?
energy drink. They are energy hydration and sleep mixes that you just take a cup of water. You could take like these shakers, shake them up, put
Ooh,
just
that's
like a
cool.
scoop of little flavor to it, and kind of gets you relaxed, gets you up in the mood. Healthier than soda, so I definitely nice vitamin A through E. But yeah, an exclamation mark Poggers
Ooh.
for that, and also it's proudly sponsored by Humble Bundle. Getting games off a discount. They're having their summer sale. Let's
Ooh.
make Mark humble.
I didn't get some
Um,
games.
yeah, you know what? You deserve games. You deserve all the good things. Because I mean, we didn't touch base on it too much, but you on your business card, you have game info. You like to link up with people on Switch and PlayStation.
Mhm. Yep.
So I'd love that. Rhythm games and RPGs. Have you had game nights with people?
Oh, yes. I think a new thing that's been happening is like me and some of my buddies from college would get together once a week to play Lethal Company together.
Aw.
And yeah, I think we had a session Tuesday. It was a surprisingly chill run. So I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the calm before the storm for next week, but all I know is this year it was getting a little too. Oh wait, there was actually one moment where we were trying out a new moon, and like it was a good run except for one where we were trying out the company car, and it was fine up until we were driving back to the ship, and these robots called old birds woke up and started shooting at us, and I'm just like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And it
Okay.
was fine, and like I don't know what happened because like I was like in the back, so I don't know what's going on outside. All I know is a missile fired at the company car and everyone died, and we kind of just lost everything.
Well, dang. Well, you're gonna get it next time. Put it to
Yeah,
existence.
yeah, we managed to reach quota.
Okay, that's good.
Miraculously.
That's good. That's good. So you died knowing that you got paid.
Yeah, but that was
But that
honestly
was.
the funniest. That was like the funniest death in in the times I've played Lethal Company because almost every other time I usually get snapped by the bracken or I fall into a pool of water.
Oh. Oh, that dang pool of water. Well, you know what? We're gonna destroy that pool. It's like
Yeah,
you destroy water. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna give me a
Um,
jet boost so I don't have to fall in the water again.
oh, don't do that. No, no, don't. But um, what what are you most looking forward to in your near future?
Mm, in the near future, I guess more projects to work on.
Yeah.
Just more projects to work on means more people to meet up and also more crazy ideas that I get to witness. Never ending stories to be told.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. And I love that. So Kiki, you have such a big, beautiful heart, and you are an amazing human being. So I'm just glad to be able to show more people how great you are, and spotlight you. This this podcast, of course, is pre-recorded. Or, I mean, it's recorded live, but immediately goes to the VOD, saved on the highlights forever, and I also keep the audio for just future purposes. Where do people follow you?
Mostly on Twitter. Yeah, mostly on Twitter, and subscribe to me on YouTube.
What would
So,
they look? What would be the username?
pretty much the same thing I usually run with, KiKiD484.
That's the spirit. Kiki DD4. No, Kiki D484.
That's one too many Ds.
What? No, it's just one D. No, no.
Okay.
And that just woke up my cat. Kiki DD, and she's like, huh? Kiki? Huh? What was that?
I'm hitting the cat demographic. It's working.
You are so goddamn cute. All right, let me get out of here before I start to cry. Okay. Yeah, this is on Pawn Express. Everything is pretty much Pawn Express except at ChasePawn64 on Twitter /X or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm
I just
I'm
call
here.
it Twitter.
Yeah, you want Elon can no anyway. No, I love everybody. Well, except racists. No, I don't love racists. They're not nice.
I don't like those either.
Yeah. Yeah, everything Pawn Press, and then God dang, I just said Twitter Pawn Press. The next interview is on Saturday with Mastermind Aggie. And I'll tell you, tomorrow is going to be Quake 2 with some of my girlies, Smokers, No More Biscuits, and Camry, playing some Quake 2 co-op and having fun with that.
Nice.
What I'm going to do now, though, is as I save and we conclude this, I will go into GTA RP for a bit in Nero, because I'm trying this thing where I'm doing like two things, and let me go ahead and in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here, but. Kiki, well, actually, Jalen. Or do you prefer Kiki or Jalen?
Either or is fine.
Okay. Well, regardless, I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I very much appreciate you stopping by for this show.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. It's been a fun time. I was nervous at first, but it ended up being really fun.
You know what, that nervousness adds to your cuteness, and I love that. But I'd say build that confidence. Don't be nervous, but at the same time, be nervous because it's so goddamn cute. It's contagious. The way you're all shy and giggly over me, and I'm nobody, so I don't get it. But thank you for that anyway.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been really fun.
Okay, well, you have a great rest of your night, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, you have a good night too.
Of course.